In this video, we will compute the probability of an event using the multiplication rule for independent events. Take a moment to pause the video, read the full problem statement, and what the questions here are asking. So I'm just bringing up the e-text from our section 5.3 because we're going to use this formula. This is the one that I was referencing. This is the multiplication rule for independent events. Because we know that these events in this problem are independent, then we can simply multiply the probability of event E times the probability of event F to arrive at the probability of event E and F. Now, how that's going to look in practice is I'm going to multiply, like in part A, for instance, the probability that 2 randomly selected salamanders will live to be 3 years old. I'm going to take the probability that 1 is 3, that lives to 3 years old, and then I'm going to multiply that by itself. So in a Desmos calculator, in that calculator, I could multiply these two values together, or because it's the same value, I could use exponents to kind of condense that mathematical expression and say it is 0.97047 raised to the second power because I'm multiplying the number times itself. When we come back to the problem, I can see that I'm going to do something very similar for part B because I now have 9 salamanders that I'm looking at. So if I come back to Desmos, I would simply change that exponent to 9. And arrive at the probability that I'm seeking using the multiplication rule for independent events. Now, if you are testing, let's say, and you fear that you won't have access to Desmos, or maybe you don't have a handheld calculator, there are some other ways that you can do this inside of StatCrunch. So I want to show that as well. StatCrunch does have a type of built-in calculator. It's probably not the easiest to use, but if you want to try to keep everything in one form of technology, you could come to Data, Compute, and Expression. And then simply type in your expression. I think it was 0.97047. Like in part B, it was raised to the 9th power. And I'm using the exponent key or caret key, sometimes called, on my keyboard. That was Shift 6. And then when I click compute, I can also calculate that expression using only StatCrunch.